Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to Paper Terrace. If you're new, I'm Jessica. In this video, we are going to make this Tim Holtz ephemera folder, recycling some basic office supplies. And in the next clips, you are going to see more of a sped up version of the beginning processes of this because I accidentally filmed it in a time-lapse mode. So I'm going to keep it sped up only because at least the first half was basically just covering and cutting down the file folder that was used as the base. So stick with me through it. The most important part will not be sped up, and I will do a voiceover to explain what is happening in those first clips. But this is how it turned out. This is super fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video. So now let's hop into the beginning steps. So this part is sped up quite a bit, but you can still see the base of what I'm doing. And I'm using the basic office supplies that I have, which are file folders, envelopes, and a policy envelope, along with some of the vintage items that I received in my Reverie basket from the Junking Journaler. I start by cutting down the file folder to be around 9 inches by 9 inches. And so I'm just going to trim that down. And the file folder already has a bit of a spine if you fold along those marks that are already created on the file folder. So that was easy. And then I'm going to cover the entire outside with this vintage wallpaper that was in my basket. And I got it on there a little crooked, but you're going to see it doesn't really matter in the end. So I cover everything and then trim that down. It's a little tricky working with a roll of wallpaper, but it was all right since I just glued it straight down to the file folder. And then to just decorate the cover a little bit more, I am going to utilize some Edith Holden book page images, which you'll see in just a minute. And at the top of the file folder, since it was a little crooked, I did want to at first maybe disguise that using some lace, but I realized that I really liked how it looked, how it was, and not perfect. So I just find the image that I want, and I wanted it to have a torn look because I just want everything about this project to be somewhat recycled looking. Well, as you saw, the whole first part of this video was somehow filmed as a time lapse, which, what a bummer, but that's okay. All we did so far was cover a portion of the file folder, which I'm guessing I was able to use some of those clips. I'm hoping that I was. I'm just inking up the edges of this little book page from Edith Holden. This piece of a book page, I should say. And I definitely want to layer that with something else. Maybe some handmade paper. Something like that. And then maybe some lace underneath would look fun. Yeah. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. This is pretty textured, so I need a lot of glue for that. I think it was right about there. And then this will just kind of lay in there like that. And then I'll just put glue all over this page. Okay. We'll just place that down right there, like so. And I think so at the top, it wasn't lined up very well, but I think for that, I'm literally just going to add ink around the edges of it. Because I'm realizing I kind of like how you can see the raw edges of the wallpaper anyways. So we'll just ink like that. We'll let this get glued down. And then let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, now we need to start adding things on the insides. Okay, so this was a piece of the this was the edge of the file folder, and I was thinking that we could probably use this for pockets somehow. It does already have kind of that spine. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, it lines up perfectly. Oh, no, not quite. Okay, well. So what I'm thinking is maybe we'll have just one set of pockets on this side. And then, yes, let's do that. So I'm just going to trim this right where that spine starts. Just like that. We're gonna glue this on just on the 3 edges. And then we're gonna start adding some interactive pages into here. Let's make sure we can still close that up. Okay, so I also have some regular envelopes and policy envelopes, which I'm thinking might be fun for like bigger ephemera pieces. This is too tall, so we could trim it down. Oh, actually, instead of trimming it down, let's utilize everything that we can to create pockets. So we'll just glue this up. Like that. And in fact, just to hold it right away, I'm going to use my staple just on the very edges so you can still have that whole entire pocket. Like that. Okay, I might want to cover the background first before putting that down, and I'm thinking I kind of want to use a lot of this vintage magazine book pages in here. Let's just do that. There's a lot of really cool pages in here, but for this part I think I'll just try to look for text. And I think we're just going to kind of collage this. And just kind of rip around the page where there's no writing. And I'm just going to add glue all over. And then we'll just start collaging on as a background. It doesn't have to be too perfect because we'll be covering a lot of this up. Whoops. And it's totally fine that we need to add several pages. Whoops, there are tons, sorry guys, tons of scraps all around us, but that's okay too. Actually, I'm gonna flip this over. Put the clean edge over here. Okay. Then, now we'll put this down. You can see I'm being very messy about it, but that's okay. Okay, let's go ahead and place that down like that. We'll probably cover this too, but for right now, I'm going to head back over here. And I want to do kind of the same thing, covering this side. Just using more pages from this book. Just going to grab another full page. Don't be afraid to use your book pages. Okay. Now I could have started this before I put the pocket down, but that's okay. I wasn't thinking about it. So we'll just kind of tuck it underneath. And honestly, it probably hasn't dried all the way anyways. Yeah, as long as I can tuck it under there a little bit, that's fine. And then I'll trim that up there in just a second. I'm just gonna make this corner a little bit more clean cut. Add a little bit more glue to the pocket there. Same with this side. There we go. Make sure to glue around the edges where the book pages meet. And I will trim this top right here. Then I want to do something a little prettier to the pocket here. And I was thinking probably with the Edith Holden paper. Too bad I ripped the butterfly, but I think we can still use it. And it's not quite wide enough. So I'm going to just layer on these book pages on the sides here. I think that will work. Like that. And like this. And then we'll just glue this down. All right, just like that. And we can always add ink around the edges if we want, but I think we can just leave it like this for now. Okay, so. And we have plenty of space to add things. So I want to add some flaps on the inside here. And I'm going to grab some of my envelopes. And I was thinking that maybe we can almost add them in as like a tip-in. So we're going to fold a flap that is a little bit smaller. I'm gonna have to redo that. A little bit smaller than the spine area, if that makes sense. And I think I'm going to do that twice. I think we're gonna do like 3 So I'm basically going to, okay, some of the flaps are already glued shut, but I'm just gonna make sure that they're actually glued all the way shut. And then, because you just saw me do so much collaging, I'm off camera, I'm gonna cover all of these envelopes just probably in book pages. And then I will be right back so that I can show you how we will add these in and use them as storage pockets. I have 3 of these longer envelopes all collaged now, and what I'm going to do is, you can see I just kind of folded over the little tab, and remember this needs to be a little bit smaller than your spine, and it would take a while if I wanted to glue these down. It would take a while for the glue to set. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. But first I'm going to get the placement just right with a little glue, because you'll want to make sure that you can open and close your spine. So I am going to hold it in place. It's just a little line of glue. I'm starting at the top here, and I'm going to stack these going down the spine. And, oh, right, I just had another idea. I think that I also want to have a spot for maybe some smaller ephemera. So I'm going to, like on this side, I'm just going to go ahead and take some vellum here. And I'm just going to cut this down to size just to be a smaller little pocket. And I think for this part, I'm just going to use my staple. And just staple this on. Just kind of like this. I'm even gonna staple it across the bottom here, just because I don't want to use adhesive. And I kind of like the look of the staples, honestly. And like this, although I may end up, you know what, I'm probably gonna trim this a little bit, so I'll do that first. Whoops. So I want to open this too, so that now this envelope will actually be a pocket. So I'm just going to put the staple down at the bottom, and I guess I will have to use some double-sided tape because I don't want to staple up this entire pocket. So I'm just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape. Like that. So now we have a vellum envelope on one of them. And then I think I'm going to grab some other little pockets. Let me show you. So for this one, I'm going to take some of these clear adhesive pockets that I really like and place that. Okay, I have to keep remembering that I need to trim the length, and I kind of want these to all be different lengths. So let me fold the tab on this one real quick. That will be a better side to trim. So this one, I think I'm gonna do it at like an angle just for fun. I'm gonna put one of these clear pockets here. Can I fit 2? Not quite, but I'll put one on the other back side here. Just kind of in the middle, I think. And then since I have a little bit more space, I'll put a little policy envelope here. Like that. Yep. Okay, and then there we go. So we have those two. And I just glued this one down, but I think what I want to do for this one, I'm just going to keep the front blank. I might add some more of those clear adhesive pockets. Yeah, so we'll leave that one for now. Okay, so let's go back to gluing on the tabs just to hold in place, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'm basically going to sew all the way down the spine. So these are overlapping, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to glue this one in place. So I'm going to go take this to the sewing machine and just sew all the way down the center. These are sewn on. I'm going to trim this one as well, and I'm going to do it at an angle just because I like how it looks. Like that. Okay. And then I'm also going to put one of these clear adhesive pockets right on here, like that. Then we just have a variety of different, I cannot talk, a variety of different pockets and sizes. So we have this clear adhesive pocket, we have another clear adhesive, that one, and then this one's blank. I'm just gonna wait and see what I want to do for that one. But then, well, all of the envelopes have these longer pockets as well. So then we have this back here. Okay, so, and we have the vellum pocket as well. Okay, and those can all lay flat. So let's go back to this page. And I'm gonna put another one of these policy envelopes down. And then just right over here. And then let me think. We have this pocket too. So we have tons of pockets in here. I'm thinking that we're probably done with pockets. And I think this is gonna fill up pretty quick too once it gets filled with ephemera. So I will definitely fill this up and show you guys a final look. I think I'm just gonna, I like the policy envelope, or sorry, I like the manila color of this, but I may decorate it later. I think for now I'm just gonna keep it like that though. And I'm almost tempted to put, but I think I have a lot of these bigger size pieces that I want to put in here. So I think I have enough places for very small things. So I'll keep these for the bigger cards. Yeah, okay, awesome. I'm sort of thinking that I could do, let's just do it real quick. Let's do a side pocket like this. And we'll just use this envelope actually. So I'm gonna glue this on like sideways. And this is the perfect size for that. Making sure not to get it too close to the edge. There. So then it's an envelope, but also we could, once it dries, we can go ahead and place like tags and things like that in there. Awesome. Well, this was really fun. And I hope that you guys got some ideas from it. And that's it for this video. So I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.